backstage on Sorcerer Radio every single Wednesday at 8 a.m. That's all times Eastern at srsounds.com. I am a former Walt Disney World cast member and your Disney pin guru at this time. So I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, and this is actually something I've decided to go ahead and kick off. Once a month here on the blog at wdwbackstage.com, and also hopefully out on Sorcerer Radio. We're going to be posting them out there too. I'm going to go ahead and put a video out with Disney pin trading tips. I'm an avid Disney pin trader. It's my favorite hobby. I absolutely love collecting the pins, whether it be about a memory that I had on my vacation at Walt Disney World or Disneyland, or if it just is my favorite character, or I just love the pin. And my favorite thing to collect is Walt pins, the actual Walt Disney himself pins. I love them. And I've been pin trading since I was 15. I am now 25 years old. So for 10 years, I have been pin trading ever since my first trip to Walt Disney World. And it's a great hobby. Again, it's expensive, but it's a lot of fun. So today on our very first episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to take care of your pins, how to go ahead and store them, whether you're in the parks or you're at home. So of course, everybody knows of the first and foremost standard pin lanyard. Now this is a pin lanyard. This is sporting, of course, Sorcerer Radio again. Now, if you want to go ahead and pick up your very own Walt Disney World or Disneyland or whatever Disney park you're at, you can actually pick these up at either your local Disney store. You can also pick these up at any Pin Central or most gift shops at the parks have these. Now, you can also go out to your favorite internet Disney radio station, Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com, and sport your very own Sorcerer lanyard as well. So these, of course, adorn around the neck, and they have a great place where you can actually go ahead and put your keys to the world, any information that you have, ID or whatnot. You can actually put them in these. These are great little covers for that. You can also, if you have any events going on, this is a happy birthday pin, you can also adorn your pins as well. Now, with the lanyard, the one precaution that I give you is either you need to buy the locking pin backs, or while you're sitting in a Disney queue line, or if you're just hanging out or you're having some dinner, want to go ahead and actually push the back of your pins on this lanyard, because believe it or not, those little black Mickey backs, or even some of the older style gold ones, the push pins, they come off so easily. Those little buggers, whether it be you're on a ride that's jolting around, or if you're just knocking into people, or just walking around, just rubbing up against your clothing, you're actually going to go ahead and they're going to loosen up. You're going to lose a pin. I just warn you right now. And as you know, Disney pins are not cheap. They range from everywhere from $6.99 to $14.99 to almost $20. It just depends on the pin. Plus, they're precious. Every Disney pin trader loves each and one of their pins and has a hard time letting them go. So don't lose your treasured Disney trading pin. Go ahead and push in those backs. Also, another tip on your lanyard, keep your pins about a ½ inch apart. You don't want to just adorn as many pins as possible on your lanyards. There's a lot of different reasons for that. Number one, it's going to get really heavy, and as you know, it starts to hurt. You end up with a headache at the end of the day if you put on too many pins. Plus, it also rubs on your neck and cause a lot of chafing back there. And again, you're going to scratch up your pins, and you're also going to lose them. So keep them spaced apart as best as possible. So that's a little bit about just the lanyard. Now, another great tool to use to store your pins, whether it be at the parks or at home, is a Disney pin trading satchel. So this is a Disney pin trading satchel right here. And as you can tell, this is really large. And I know a lot of times it's hard to actually carry these around. They get very heavy throughout the day. So either have a locker that you can store this in, or if you're traveling great distances, you may just want to go ahead and actually just bring your favorite pins or a few pins to trade. Now, Disney satchels for pin trading can be found in either any Pin Central. You can also find these online. You can also purchase these at most gift shops. Now, you can also get them lovely embroidered online if you purchase them from a Disney pin trading site online. That's how I got this one. Now, within the inside of these satchels, they're great. There's these little felt little areas that you can actually go ahead and store your pins on. So you can see some of mine here I'm about to show you. This is my Mickey collection. So as you can see, I have spaced apart my pins. You want to go ahead and do that again with these as well. They clank around. You can actually hear them clanking around. And Disney pins will actually begin to lose their luster and their value if they start getting scratched up. So So go ahead and even in the felt satchels, keep your Disney pins spaced apart at least a ½ inch. That's going to be the best rule of thumb to make sure that your Disney pins aren't clanking all over the place. You don't want to hear that. So these are great tools to have. And again, they're not that expensive. Usually they run to be just a little bit over $20 for a satchel. And yeah, they're great items to use to keep your pins all put together and nice and organized. They're great for at home as well, even after you've used them at the parks. Now, my last thing that I'm going to show you is the Disney Pin Trading Backpack. This is my absolute favorite item to use in the parks. I'll tell you why. So, in this Disney backpacks, you can actually open up this little flap. This is the outside flap. You open it up, and there's this great place where you can actually store your pins, or your pins, your pens, or any paper, your checkbook, your camera. You would be surprised how much you can actually store within this backpack. I was amazed by that. And I use this on every single Disney trip that I go on. I store so much in here along with my pins, it's insane. So they have, now in here in this area, they have these cool little slip mesh areas where you can actually go ahead and store even more. If you want to store some extra pin backs, that's what I have in here. So you can see, I also store some of my fast passes in here. Confetti from my honeymoon that I haven't obviously taken out yet. But some pretty cool stuff. Now, these also adorn felt areas where you can also put your pins. There's about 5 of these within the backpack. And also, there's this great cover. Nice plastic cover that goes over all of your pins, so it's great to protect them during water rides, so that way they don't get scratched up. It's just an extra precaution. And again, the Disney Pin Trading Backpack is a great item to use, not only to store your pins, but other items as well. You can, again, find these at Disney Pin Centrals, or you can also search online for these as well. So there's just some great tips for you. So, when you come home from your Disney trip, do not just grab a bag and throw your Disney pins in the bag and just think they're going to be okay in there. They're going to get scratched. You know, everybody moves around some stuff. They're going to get just ruined. You don't want to do that. Also, do not wrap your Disney pins in newspaper. You will eventually have the Disney Daily News or just your headlines of your local area that's actually going to be put onto your Disney pin. You don't want that to happen. You don't want your favorite Mickey Mouse to have the headlines all over his face. Bad idea. Also, if you want to go ahead and go out to your local craft store, you can, or your hardware store, you can also pick up your own felt if you'd like, and go ahead and put each pin on that felt and store them into a binder or a book. Also, you can get some cork board. That's a great idea to do. You can also make it to where you can design the cork board, put a frame around it, and actually put up your pins in your house and use it as a decor if you'd like. And cork board is a great way to store your pins. Just make sure you hang on to your backs and store them in a separate area. But that's also, again, a great way to adorn your pins, show them off, and also keep them well protected. So again, stay tuned every single month here on WDW Backstage. We're going to go ahead and have a video with some great Disney pin trading tips here. You can check out the blog at wdwbackstage.com. You can also check me out on Twitter at WDWBackstage. Also, I'm out on the boards at srsounds.com/forum. And again, stay tuned every single Wednesday for WDW Backstage on Sorcerer Radio at 8 a.m. all times Eastern with your former Walt Disney World cast member, Crystal. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Disney Pin Guru here and some great Disney pin trading tips. Keep on staying tuned every month for more. Have a magical day.